Welcome back today, guys. Thank you guys for stopping in on today's video. In the last video it was like 70 degrees, nice and warm, and then look at this weather now. It gone downhill real fast. I'll show you guys in a little bit. Yesterday our seed delivery came and I had to go to my day job and my dad forgot to film. But also, look what my dad went and picked up yesterday. Look at our nice concrete blocks that we have purchased. That way so we can ruin somebody else's day. You guys will just have to wait and see what we have in store for these concrete blocks. But we're going to leave the trailer down here at the chicken houses and we're going to head back home to get into some excitement. So I believe that every year our county has a tire takeoff day. And I don't know if you guys can see, but we've never participated in it. And you may be asking, where's all of our big tractor tires at and all the big semi tires and all that? Well, I use those tires in my dirt bike track and just putting them in jumps and helping to use less dirt. So they're all the way down there in the dirt bike track. Now these are all the small tires that nobody cares about that just get thrown in a pile here. And see, they're going to go in there and we're going to take them to county takeoff day. I apologize for the sun too, because it's still early in the morning. We're usually not out and active this early in the morning, and the sun is still rising. And what makes this day even better is, I'm sure you guys can see it, but you can see how well cleaned out my sister keeps her trailer. So when we have to use the trailer for farm purposes, it's like you're throwing all your tires in horse crap pretty much. Now, we've not participated in tire day in probably 30 years. Can you just see all the tires? How long is this trailer? This is a 24-foot trailer, and we probably only got about 5 feet at the end here. And that is probably only about 3/4 of the tires, because we did keep some tires for like rims and just have rims because the tires are junk on there. But that is a lot of tires.
Of True Vine Farms, the one and only Farmer King.
Alright, it's time for an update, guys. We've been working real hard the last couple hours on this planter. So of course my dad forgot to film it again. Yesterday he put the new shank on this outside row unit. Can you see how it's black and doesn't match the rest of the planter now? And then he is in the process, remember I told you all these wheels, all the bolts and all that are snapping off, all that crap. He's in the process of fixing that. And then he's gotten all 5 of these front rows done with the no-tilter and row cleaners. Here, take a nice look at what it looks like now. So you got your wheel there, then you got your row cleaners here, you got your nice new seat openers, new gauge wheels, new arms, you got your closing wheel back here. But look, we're missing a closing wheel. So that is what we've started now. The worst battle we've had so far on this planter is getting these spike closing wheels put on. This is how they come. This is how they come. So we actually are having to take the rubbers off and put this. It's a huge pain in the butt, and you guys are along for the ride. We're not going to be keeping these rubbers, and these things are sort of a pain to get off, and it makes this splitting this wheel super hard. So we just got the good old saw and we just cut the rubbers in half and get them off. Now the reason this thing is so hard to get apart is because you see that bearing in there? That bearing is pressed into this other half. So It is a very snug fit and very difficult to get apart. I did it again. Can you guess what I did?
You left.
I left. I went to go have lunch and finish a YouTube video. And he did all the work again.
I got a bunch done. I almost turned the camera on. Cause I was going a lot faster than you were.
I was the test dummy and I did 7 of them all by myself.
I did 3 in about 10 minutes.
Well, you must have got the good ones then.
No, I remembered I had extras and I went out there and got them and they were newer. And so they didn't, they came off a lot easier.
See?
They popped right off.
He cheated the system again. So now they're all done. So that basically what we're running here is a spike wheel and a rubber wheel. On our corn planter, we have 2 spike wheels, and that works okay in most conditions, but if the dirt's tacky or a little damp, it likes to grab and rip the dirt up. So what we found is 1 rubber, 1 spike, works great, and especially with this planter being a bean planter, it's not planting as deep, so it should work pretty good. The fun is about to begin. You see all these tools scattered all over the place. It's time for them to get all picked up. I got my handy bucket right here, and we're just gonna start trucking stuff in there. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a historical history. It is a historical moment here on the farm. Seed boxes are going back on the planter. Do you know that means that this planter is 100% put back together? Very long, cold, wintry months of struggle and dirt on the floor and bolts falling everywhere. The planter is finally put back together just in time to get the corn planter inside here. We are putting all new seed disc on the boxes, and then this thing is moving out there. So the reason we're replacing all these seed discs is, you guys may not be see, but see the grooves on all those discs. Those things have seen their fair share amount of seed. So it's gonna be hard for you guys to see it, but right there we're missing a tooth. But you might be able to see how sharper and more plastic is left on these discs versus the old ones. It's just wear and tear part. One thing that we didn't do last summer or winter was park this thing inside, because it was such in bad condition that nothing was going to get ruined. You know, everything on the thing was getting replaced anyways. But what we didn't do, and we knew we'd pay the price for it someday, we just have waited till today to pay the price, is empty out the seed boxes. And we're starting to think that we shouldn't empty them out. We knew the consequences and we didn't think much about it, and now we are. Oh, how lovely. Good morning, guys. Welcome. It's Sunday morning, and it is time for a good old machinery shuffle. So why don't you guys get some music going and just watch the action unfold. It's gonna be so exciting, I can't wait. Would you look at there? It's the first time she's seen daylight in months. And she hooked up to the Magnum in a perfect way, other than the one hydraulic fitting taking about 25 minutes to figure out. And we finally just changed it because it would not stay in the tractor. Look at our mess we have here on the floor. It is a disaster. We got bolts, dirt, hay, blocks, towels, old liquid tubes just everywhere laying on here. So I guess it's time for a good old-fashioned cleanup. You guys made it back. We just got back from church. What we're doing now is we're all in a food coma because we just ate lunch and we feel very unmotivated right now. But we are going to take our tractor, we're going to back right back up into the barn, and we're going to drop the planer on the concrete, and we're just going to barely pull forward, and we're going to make sure everything is, you know, spinning and rotating and stuff is halfway aligned, because it is sort of too muddy right now to be out in the field. So the concrete is the best we got. So what we just did is, you guys see these little bushings right here? These bushings can twist and turn, and what those bushings do is they will move this sort of that way or that way. And we only had a few rows that adjust, and it's hard to tell with us being on concrete. We really need to take it out in the field and drop it in the ground. But for now, the rows that we could see were off. We adjusted those bushings to align the closing wheel system. Like I said, only about 3 of the rows actually worked on the concrete, so it needs to go out in the field, and we'll do a final once over. Now just make sure you imagine our barn sitting over across the pit, because that's about the only one we can afford so far. Still waiting on the tooth fairy to come and fund us the money. Or if one of you guys is feeling generous enough, I mean, it only should be about $20,000. If you want to donate, that's okay too. I'm not going to keep you from donating. I will definitely accept it. So next up on the list is our sprayer. Our sprayer is departing from the barn. It getting kicked outside. I believe this year on the sprayer, we have a little bit of things to fix on the booms. And other than that, it should be fine. I mean, the tires got air in it. The crack ain't tanked. Ain't cracked. And then, you know, everything else looks normal on the thing. What else could be wrong with it? All it does is hold water and push water out the booms. So it's going to go outside, because we're going to put all of our seed in this corner right here.
In case you were wondering, those are original 1979 tires. That's still on the back of that. Awoken from hibernation. He's been asleep all winter. He fires right up.
Look at all this new equipment we have inside the shop here that needs to be worked on. Look, it's lawnmower season. Get them out, line them up. It's lawnmower season. And then look at this nice packer unfolded. So like I said, this is not our packer. We are borrowing it from the neighboring farm, and we get to use it for free in return that we fix his bearing that is out right there on the drum. So that is tomorrow on the list. To be honest, so the reason we have this packer here is, you know, all the ripping we did this spring, is we are taking this packer and we are going to run it over all the ground to level out the ground, because what had happened was is over the winter, the ground that got lifted up and pushed back down and all the chunks and all that has not broken down 100% all the way over the winter. It probably is broken down 80%, but it's got a little bit more to go. And if we just left it, the ground would be really rough. So that's what the packer is going to be here, is just to run it over and finish it off, leveling the ground. And then we got our seed stacked here. I don't know if I ever showed you guys. So we got a little bit of liquid fertilizer for our corn planter, all of our sprayer stuff, and then I don't know if that's all of the corn seed or just some of it. I'm not sure. And then we still got our bean seed here and all that mess. But we're making progress. Once we get this bearing fixed, corn planters coming in here. We're baby steps, you know. Come the end of the week, if we don't get any rain, maybe we can go spread some litter because we picked up some more ground. So who knows. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Hope that you guys have enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Remember, faith, family, farming. See you in the next one.